everybody, welcome to Elisa's Art Room. Tonight we're going to be working on our Apothecary journal, collector of curiosities. Y'all come in and say hi. We're live on Facebook if you see the little red button at the top left. If not, you're catching a replay. Let me get you guys pulled up so I can see chat. Okay. Let's see, we're working in this. We're getting close to being done. It is almost completely full. It's getting there. It's getting a little chunky. I'm a little worried. It's very chunky. I knew it would be. Nonetheless, how big, it doesn't matter how big I make it, you know, it's going to be chunky. Thanks for letting me know the volume is good, Dawn. I appreciate that. All right, let's see, a couple people on here. I'm just going to go ahead and pull the camera up top then, and we'll get started on this. Hey, Angela. Okay, I think that's good. All right, so tonight we're gonna basically fill in pages. I don't know exactly what. I think I have something lined up. I gotta look in here and see what I marked because I can't remember. I know I had been working on some things, so I assume I have some pages marked. Let's see. All right, so I want to do this little page. That's another one of those envelope pockets that needs done. I want to do this. The other side of that. Do I have that marked? Yeah, it's green. I'll do. And I've got something there. I got a lot in this one. Something there. So a lot of just kind of basic pockets for the most part. What's this? Okay, it's a pocket too. So a lot of things in this one. I think this was the thinnest one I had left. Let's see if there's anything in this one. Nothing there. A little witchy I want to put somewhere. I was wanting to put her next to something colorful because she's very colorful. Got her off of the graphics fairy. This little guy I want to put there, I think. Oh, and I have this pocket I made. We might start with that. Still don't know where I'm going to put her. I'm not sure I like her here. She looks really good on purple, but I don't have any purple pages left. I may just have to add some purple because I really like her on the purple pages. So I may just add like a purple background or something to that, make it work. I will make it work. So this I want to do. This is a coffee bag. Let's see if there's anything in this one. Okay, so another one of those. We had a bunch of these left. I think I want to put that there. Let me just mark that with something so I know where it is. We're not going to get to all these, I don't think. But I'll just have them marked. And we can pick and choose. Seems like there's the least in this one. So this one I added a pocket. Okay, this is that little tuck we did. I sewed it in like I said I was going to, and which made this be a pocket. Okay, so I've added this little kitty cat, and then on this side when I was sewing this in at the same time that I sewed that in, I added a piece of vellum. so that I could get double pockets. And then I'm going to put this little guy in there. I might back him. Right now he's just plain. It says, "Come with me, All Hallows Night will frighten everyone in sight. Such pranks for once are justified, and fun and frolic amplified." That's a vintage one from, I believe, the Graphics Fairy. I have some from the Graphics Fairy and some from just public domain, so I can never remember, but I think that one was from the Graphics Fairy. And then I just add a little bit of washi just to kind of cover up the edges of the vellum. It just looked a little bit better, but that's there. Anything else? Nope. Okay. Let me put you back. All right, so the least in this one. So we'll probably put that one aside. We'll do this pocket. Hey, Deborah. All right, put this aside. So let's see. How can I do this? Let me see if I have. So, as some of you know, I like the Bones coffee. They have just some fun flavors, and I love their packaging. So, when I finish the coffee, I wash them out as best I can. They're Mylar, and cut them out usually. This one's not cut out yet. And then I save them for using in my junk journal. Okay, and there's always some really cute ones. This Fallout one. They still smell. I can still smell the coffee even though I've washed them. Because you know that stuff permeates forever. But that's what that bag is that I just showed you. So I saved one of these bags, which I cut out as best I could. They're sometimes difficult to cut out, but as best I could. And, oops, wrong one. Is it this one? Oh, it is in this one. Okay, it's just, I thought it was the last page, but it's not. Okay. So then I took that bag, and what I did is I sewed it to a piece of fabric. Okay, this is just some black cotton quilting fabric, and I sewed the Mylar bag to that. I did put a little bit of fabric tack in the middle, but nothing will really stick to this Mylar worth a darn, so it's not going to hold forever. That's why you almost always have to sew them. I haven't attached this part because it was too far over where my card was, because this is a really tight fit in here. So I'm just going to glue this edge. In reality, once it's sewn in, it probably won't matter at all because it's just a pocket. And once it's sewn in, you're not going beyond it anyway, because it'll just stop you. But so that's what I ended up with. So I've got the Mylar bag, a piece of fabric, sewed that to that, and then I just cut a piece of cardstock. Now you could just attach this directly to this and sew it to your page. But I didn't want to sew to this page because I don't know what I'm going to do with it. And it's a little flimsy because it's just some coffee dyed paper. But I really wanted it here because it goes really well with this purple on this page. So I added it to another purple cardstock that I had and sewed it to that. Except, like I said, this edge, which I might throw a little bit of fabric tack in there. And then I'm just going to attach the whole thing to the page. And it's going to be a pocket. And it's crunchy and crinkly and, you know, tactile goodness. So that's how I did that. It's pretty easy to make. So let me make sure I'm gluing the right side. So I'm going to glue this side closed with just like some Fabri-Tac should work. And I would have sewed it, but like I said, it was just too close and I couldn't do it without affecting the decoration on the front. It would have been into the words and stuff, and I just didn't want to do that. So easy enough just to glue it. Okay. So now that edge is glued. But yeah, if I had tried to sew and catch this, I would have had to come right into the B. And I didn't want to do that, so that's our cute little pocket. It's very tactile. It just barely fits on this page. It's close, but it fits. So I'm going to glue that in there. And I'm just going to glue the whole thing to the page. And since paper on paper, I can just use art glitter or something. I'm not going to use Fabri-Tac. I will use, I think, my larger nozzle art glitter so we can go a little bit faster with it. And just make sure you know which way you're going. Now, when I did sew this, I made sure that I was right up to the edge when I sewed it. I don't know if you can see it because it's so dark. Okay. So I did the zigzag all the way up to the edge. That way, when you're using the pocket, it won't be, sorry, it said trying to reconnect. You won't get stuck with it separating or anything. So that's nice and tight. The rest of it, I didn't care. I think it just did a single stitch all the way on all the other spots. Okay. So let's glue this down. Oh, take the lid off. It works much better. And I'm just going to glue the whole thing to the page we already have in here. Try to get up on the edges good. Which edge is my front edge? It should be that one, right? I just don't want to be snagging anywhere. So get right up on that edge as best I can. Just going to flatten that out just a fraction. It's kind of bumpy. And then we're going to stick that. Make sure that you see where your line is. And because you get one shot at it, being our glitter. Try to line it up. Like I said, it's a tight fit, but it fits. Just barely. Okay, so still bends, yay. The signature will probably be sewn right into that fringe just a little bit, but it doesn't really matter. It'll be fine. And then we have our little pocket. Okay. So that's an easy way to make a pocket. It could be any kind of packaging you have that you like. And it's fun. But I just thought that looked so pretty with that. So I want to make sure I used it. So there's that. So what else do we have in this one? Anything? I'm not sure I'm going to put her there. Well, let me just add that purple paper there and I'll just put her there. As she just needs the color. And I have some of that purple paper left, so we'll just use this to add some color to this page. And then we'll put her on top of there. So let me see. I'm just going to tear it out. I'm not going to go all the way to the edge. Let's see if I can find my line. Yeah, it's right where the black is. So we're going to come over this way just a bit. Honestly, could I go that way? Not quite. I could, but it'll really leave a lot. I don't know. Do I care? No, I'm going to go a little bit further than that, so we'll just tear this. About right there. So I'll do that edge first, I think. Well, I'm going to do the bottom edge first because let me leave enough for me to tear easily. I'll leave it 1/2 inch. And then I'll tear here and about there. So I'm just going to put this on my grid, putting my line on one of the lines on my grid, and then I'll take my tearing ruler, line it up on the lines, one edge. And then I'm going to do this edge next because it's going to, if I do this edge, I'll lose my mark. Which way is that going to work? The part that tears off does not have the white. I'm going to try to get the white edge on all of the sides if I do it right. Okay. And there. That's going to be a little trickier because I got to tear it that direction. I think I can do it because I left enough. I didn't do it on this edge, but I could always sand it if I want to. So there. Now it's just going to look a lot better on that color than on the beige, I think. I'm just going to sand this edge where I didn't tear it on that side, just so it looks the same. Kind of, sort of. I'm just going to glue this down. I'm not going to make it a pocket. I don't really think it needs more pockets. It'll just create bulk. So we're just going to glue this piece down. Very, very large chunks off. I'm not going to ink that because it looks better white on the purple. Switch glues. Okay, there. Now that page is better for what I want. We're just going to make this a tuck. I'm going to fix this edge. It's a little uneven. I don't think I can do it with my cutting tool though. I'll try to do it with scissors. All right, so I'm going to go there and there just to make it a little tuck. So I'm going to hold this corner. I was going to put some washi on there. That's what that washi's on there for, is to remind me I was going to put some washi on there. So I'll think about that. If I am going to put washi on there, let me see what it looks like. Yeah, I might still. We'll go ahead and glue it down nonetheless. I'll just come in a little bit more than I was. So no glue here. Don't per se have a plan for this. It just looks cute, so I think that might be too short. I'll grab another one. This is like a blue and a gold, which I think works because we get gold on this page and it'll kind of pull into that. Oh, come all the way over. No, I think I want to stop. There, let's see. Let's try to get a spot where I like it. Put this here. Just make sure I'm below the writing. I'm going to glue it, but I'm going to figure out where it needs to go first. Let me zoom y'all in just a fraction. The iPad looks really close though. Can't go far on that one. There. And then this one. Just go there. There. I'm debating if I want to put it on the edge or not. Might hit that moon. Yeah, I don't think so. Could put something up there though. I'll find something to put there. What else do I have? Okay. Several washi's sitting here. No, I don't like any of those. No. I don't like this. Alright, we're just going to leave it down there. That'll be alright. And then we need something there. Let's see. I've got some letters that I might use. They're black and white though. I wonder if they look okay. They might. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. Let me see if there's any of those from that collection. What is it called? Recollections? No. Maybe. I really could have sworn I cut those out. I did, didn't I? I'll find them. Hold on. Dark Academy. It's not Dark Academy. It's Recollections. There it is. What have we got in here? Seek magic every day. That works. We also have Happy Halloween and we have a little moon. Maybe just that one. Come in for a spell, an eye. And then see if any of these work for the pocket. Kitty cat's cute. Maybe. Just hat's cute too. It's too wide. Kitty cat might be too wide. Because I came so far over, I'm going to have to use a narrower piece. Will this work? Hold on. Kind of, but not. It's a little too tight. I don't trust it. I'd rather put something narrower there. But I will use that Seek Magic every day because that looks good there. I could make this one narrower. There is some room. I don't know if it's too much purple. All right, I think I'll do that. Just make that a little bit narrower. Should back it with something though. What did I back it with? What colors are we working with here? The gold would look really good. I couldn't find my gold paper. It's floating around here somewhere, but I've totally lost it. Oh, you know where I bet it is? I bet it's in my die cut machine. I think I stuck it in there when I was cutting some. Color's not right. I think I have a blue one. Not quite. Let me see. The gold, is it double-sided? I don't know. Can't remember if it's double-sided. I think it is. It's kind of gold. It's a rose gold. It's not really gold. And then there's a copper. It's not double-sided. It's got craft on the other side, but that's okay because then it will be a good writing surface. And it's not going to show much. It's going to show very little. I think I'm going to go with the rose gold. I think that's what it's called. So let me cut this out just a little bit bigger than this hat. Not much because we don't have a lot of room. I got to cut the hat down first. So I'm going to cut the hat down as far as I can. Get stuff out of my way. So I know I've got enough room on here. I can chop this guy down a little bit. Especially if I'm going to border it. There. And there. The height is fine. So for just a teeny bit bigger, not much. Like I said, I don't want to make it bigger. That would defeat the purpose. Where's a marker? All right, which hopefully will, I have not 100% sure. I've never, I mean, it's cardstock. I think it probably glues fine, but I am going to sand it just a bit. Just to give it some tack in the middle. I just want to make sure that it'll really stick. This is a craft inner cardstock, so when you sand it, you reveal the craft, and you can do interesting effects with it and stuff too. But for right now, I'm just doing this just to kind of give it a little more friendly gluing surface. So I'm a little bit worried. Thanks, Deborah. I'm glad you like my ephemera. I'm sure I spend too much money buying it. Although I do try to get things on sale. At least there's that. Or use a coupon. All of this stuff I got from Michael's was 40% off. Center this, sort of. Cute. Makes it look a little prettier too. Like it. Get that glue off of there. Let me wet that. Just a teeny bit. I just don't want it looking ugly on the shiny stuff. There. Okay, so there we go. That gives us a little journaling space, and that will fit hopefully better than it was. Yeah, that's a good fit. Okay. And that matches well with that page. Where are all these pieces at? Oh, there they are. I'm going to do our little circle down, which, man, I would love to put a circle around that. I wonder if I have the right size punch. It would look a lot better. I don't like the way that sticks up, but that's okay. All right, let's see if we've got the right size punch to do this. Where is my circle? Where'd it go? There it is. So that is exactly that size, which is 2 inches. And I have a 2.5, which is a little bit overkill, but let's see. It'll just really help set that off a lot better, I think. I am going to ink this, so what should I ink that with? Maybe just black or a dark purple. I'm not sure. Do I have my dark purple? I do have some dark purple. Some venomous potion. It's very dark. And just to kind of get rid of that white edge. Glue this. I'll do the same thing. I'm just gonna give that just a little bit of sanding. I'm not 100% sure it's necessary, but I don't know. I'd rather be safe than have it popping off later. Let's see if I can get this in the middle. Maybe, sorta. Okay. Looks good. That'll just be a better look. Okay, try to line that straight up. Hey, Lori. Totally called you Brad. I was just glanced over for a second and I was like, that's the first thing I saw. I know that's not who it is. Alright, there we go. Cute little witchy witch page. Go along with our purple theme that we got going on. I think that's cute. Okay. And it could be seated down a little bit further. Yeah, you could pretty much get the whole thing in there. Close enough, anyway. All right, there's that. What else was in this one? Anything? I think it's all in the other one. All right, let's jump over to the next project. Try to get some stuff done. We're getting down to the nitty gritty end on this one. I think I did some stuff in the black and white one. I'll have to pull it up in a second and take a peek at it and see if there's anything I need to show you. Because honestly, I just can't remember. I pretty much work on stuff every day. I just don't remember what I did on what day. It all kind of flows together, you know? Alright, so we want to do that owl. I'm just going to say, oh, I really want to do this. I'm going to do this first. Okay. Let's see, I'll mark this. Where can you go? Right there. So I saw this little spiral thing. And I thought, oh, that'll be fun. So these are all from the Tim Holtz ephemera pack. And I got my little spider page here. And then I had another one possibly for the other side, but don't think I'm going to put anything on the other side. I think I'll probably just cover it. Because it's white and I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I think that's probably my best bet. So I might cover it now. We'll see. So we're just going to put this on here for fun because, you know, that's what it says. Not sure if I want to put the top or on the bottom. Maybe the top. So I'm going to grab one of my brads. You saw my online shop? Oh, good. Does it look okay? I hope it works. I'm terrified I did something wrong because that is not my thing. I am just not good at that stuff. Hopefully I got it set up right. What do we got in here? We got some button looking ones. They're kind of small. They'd probably be big enough. They don't have to be super big. Yeah, and this one. Some shiny ones. Although they've got the funny, they're the funny brads. I don't know what you call them, but they got like the tails are separate. And maybe all of them are like that, but I don't think they are. Maybe they just are really noticeable in this. Let me see. Are they all separate like that? I guess they are, but they're kind of from the inside more. I think these buttons are going to be too small. But these are, got a couple of gems in here. Let's see what colors I have. So that one's just like a clear. We have a blue. There's a pinkish looking one. Not a lot of colors. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's going to look right with the moon. Trying to put it in the lid. It doesn't work that way. So, unfortunately, I'm going to have to go right on his nose for what I was planning on doing. Although I could possibly glue him over the top. As long as I didn't seal that, I'm thinking it would still spin properly. If I'm thinking right. All right, put everything back where it goes. All right, let's just go with the normal one. I don't think I need a really big one. I have really big ones, but I think that'd be overkill. Got copper, it's not bad. We got this brownish color. It's closer to the ink that's used on that one. I'll try that one. I don't think I need an eyelet or anything. So first I'm just going to poke the hole in here. Question is, can I get it in the center? I'm using my grid. You just have to kind of get the same distance on each side on a line. Usually it'll kind of work. I don't know any other way to do it. Ruler. See if it works. Chalk pencil, where did you run off to? You were right here a second ago. Oh my goodness, there you are. Oh, it's so not pointy. Draw it and see if it kind of looks like the center. Maybe. Maybe it's the center. Where's my all at? It'll make you dizzy. Let's see. Ooh. Fun, fun. Kind of sort of center. I almost hate to cover it up, but I thought he looked cool in there. It won't have the same effect spinning, that's for sure. I don't know how well I can get it to spin. It probably won't spin fast attached. Probably. I do have the bigger ones, which I don't know. They might be better. We're going to pull one out I don't know. I don't have a medium. I need to find a medium. I keep saying that, and I haven't done it. I have small, tiny, I have teeny tiny, and then normal small, and then giant. But no, like, just normal size. This might give me more room to spin. This is kind of tight. Let's see. It does work. There's enough room there to grab the page, I think. We'll go with the small one. All right, so the question is, add the moon, don't add the moon. Or add something smaller or nothing at all and just have the spinny effect. Or maybe I can find a smaller moon or a smaller something. That's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna leave that all out. Right, you get back in. All right, let's look at the ephemera and see. Tim Holtz, we got gauge dials. I wonder if there's any small ones in there. I think they're all large, but we'll look. I don't think there's any circles in that. Labels, ephemera pack. There's probably going to be some smaller circles in that. I'm just trying to think of things that would have smaller circles. There's might be a small 31, maybe. And then pretty sure those are all big. Oh, and I could cut a circle. I could totally cut a circle out of anything because I have plenty of hole punches. Let's see, I know we had a couple of circles in here. There's a moon. It's purple, not the best, but there's a creepy eye. What else do we have that's a circle? I have letters and numbers. I mean, we could do an H for Halloween. Let's look at these dials. I've never used these. I bought them on clearance because it isn't something I would typically buy because I haven't done any steampunk type or anything. You can buy something so you can try it. Well, that would be awesome, Dawn. There is the little mini Alice in there that's cheap. I've got it really cheap, like $25. I don't have much in there yet. I worked, gosh, that took me like 6 or 7 hours. That's how slow I am. It took me forever just to get those few items because you have to do thumbnails for everything, and then you have to write up a description, and then you have to put the web page together with all the inputs. Oh, it's a lot. I was like, oh, that's why I haven't done it. I'm lazy. I don't want to do that stuff. I want to do fun stuff. All these are big. I was trying to see if any of them had a center that would work. Maybe. I would still lose the effect, but it is pretty cool. I think I like that one best so far. Yeah. I don't know, maybe. And then I had this one I was going to put on the other page, and it's got, what does it say? Sport, singer, nurse, cook, heiress, doctor, artist. I guess there's skills. Yeah, they're like careers. Huh. Because I could cut just that middle part out and stick that in there too. I'm trying to keep it smaller so that we get more effect when it spins. That's the thought process here anyway. It is time consuming, isn't it? Like I said, I'm not a good business person. I need to hire somebody, but then I won't make enough money. Yeah, 31. A couple of those different fonts. 13. 13 or 31 would be fine. So those are the smallest. What do you think? Gauge style, career names. I don't think this because it's purple. I don't necessarily like the purple in with it. It doesn't match. And then, what's in this one? I know this is just going to have normal snippets like Apothecary type stuff. Yeah, probably not as much fun. All right, any thoughts? Do you need to see them closer? Because they are kind of far away. I'll show you what we have. I'm leaning toward 13, but it could be either. All right, so this is what I have. Okay, if I use this one, I think I'm going to cut it out and just use the middle section. But I could use the whole thing. It just may not have the same effect spinning. And then if I use this one, I was definitely going to punch out that mid-center. And then these I'll just use like they are. Any thoughts? I hope that wasn't too loud. I might poke a hole in this one and see what it looks like. I'm gonna try to poke a hole. I can poke a hole in any of them, honestly, because, and the nice thing is the hole is already centered for me. 13 or 31, yeah? Okay. It just fits better with the Halloween theme. I still don't think it'll, still kind of cool. If this is glued, it'll spin too, but I can't make it do it without it being glued. All right, let's see, 13 or 31. So, both of them, I think I can find the center. 31 might be easier to find the center. I actually might have a center gauge. Where's it at? It is in my little hole thingies. I don't know what they're called. That are floating around here somewhere. Where'd you put them? I moved so much stuff. I can't find anything now. Is that them? No, that's not them. That's not them. That's not them. Pretty sure it's a big container. Is that it? Alright, I think I found it. Excuse my grunt. Getting too old to get up and down off the ground. Center template. Alright, let's see. We got a 1 inch. It's probably close. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Yeah, that'll help. I already have centers picked out for these because I made them for something I was doing. Don't know what. Something. It's not terrible. It hits the 3 a little bit, but I was going to just glue it over the top, but I think I'd rather just go all the way through. Then they can both spin. Hopefully they'll both spin. Where did that thing go? There it is. I wasn't 100% sure if it would work if I did it over the top. Okay. Should I glue it so the 31 spins too? Probably. Alright, let's glue the 31. How should I do that? I'm only going to glue on the very edge. Logically this should work, but sometimes it's hard for me to how it should work. I don't want to glue the brad itself. Okay, now let's see. Catching them. Might need to make that hole bigger. Just a little bit. There we go. Okay, so now we gotta attach it. Put my little center template thingies back up so I don't lose them. Okay. Put these back in Timmy's pack. Well, the gauge I'll put back in the gauge. I'll use it sooner or later. One of these days I might do like a steampunk type journal. One of these days. I like steampunk. I don't know. There always seems to be something else going on. You know? It just seems that way. Oh, I missed the gauge. Gauge. In you go. Okay. Oh, that went with my gauges. I will. I'm not going to dig it out again. Where's my pen? Stab myself. Okay. Okay. So, put this on here. I think, just like that. I'm going to stay far enough out to the edge so that it doesn't get stuck in the center. I could even make it come over the edge just a teeny fraction so it could be spun easily. Yeah, just a little. We'll do that. I want one page, not two. Make sure I've got one. Yep. So I'm coming over the edge just a tiny bit. It would be a fun journal, Dawn. Like I said, I do enjoy steampunk. I don't know. There's always something else going on. Alright, so let's put this on. We're not going to tighten it crazy tight. Try to keep it loose enough that it will actually spin. Let's see. Not as fast as I would like, but pretty good. I want it to just fly, you know? Jeez. Alright, we're just gonna loosen that just a fraction. Make sure that hole's big enough. Also depends on whether the book's flat. Is it going to spin? It's not bad. It's fun enough, right? I don't know how to make it spin faster. I mean, it's probably as loose as I'm going to get it. It's pretty loose. And of course, over time, I would imagine that hole will kind of stretch it a little bit. I'm going to give it just a little bit of work. I don't think there's any grit or anything like affecting it. Probably should ink that. Let's see, brown. I guess brown, since we have brown in the dial. What do we got here? Vintage Bookpages. I guess. Whoops! Don't drop your lid. Where'd it go? This is a fairly simple page, but it's just for fun. Sometimes you got to do a page just for fun, you know? Where'd you run off to? There you are. All right, there we go. Crazy spinny page. Okay, and then we gotta figure out what to put on the other side to cover up that. When I do cover it up, I don't want to cover it up tight, so I want it to spin. Although just the cardboard probably is all that needs to spin. The brad itself doesn't have to spin. What are you hitting on? I don't know. Must be this. Oh, it's that paper clip. So what could I put there? I don't really have anything right now. I do have a bunch of papers I did today, though. Let's see. What do we got? So this is just a page from Frankenstein, the Modern Prometheus book that I got off of Library of Congress. Same thing with these dictionary pages. Dictionary pages, I just picked a page that had something, you know, that I liked for Halloween. Like this one has bat. Got these Frankenstein book pages. Could always just cover it with one of those possibly. These are some from the dictionary pages. I made just some cut-out tear-outs. I got Halloween, and then I have skeleton, siren, sketch, just because, and then bat. So I got a few of those. What else do I have in here? I have this paper I keep saying I'm going to use and I haven't used yet. It might look good with that ledger. So I got ledger paper on that side. Put some of that over it. I'll probably put a circle there though, just to kind of camouflage it a little bit better. I'm going to put something just as a base, and then I'll have to decide if I want to add anything to it. Do I have this on cardstock? I do have it on cardstock. I'll do the cardstock because it's less likely to get ripped by that or affected. But I'll just throw a circle over it. Let me just cut one out in a second here. I don't know if I want to glue the actual brad down. I think I'm just going to let it spin and just put something around it. And then we'll just put one of these down here. Probably just tear the edges. It's going to be a tight tear, but I think I can do it. So we'll tear there. And there. Do those two first, and I'll figure out the other. Alright, a circle. I just had a whole thing of circles. Let's grab one of these. Big enough? No, let's go a little bit bigger. Let's go with one of these. Are these doubled? All those are doubled. Some of these are doubled, some are not. Are these doubled? Yeah. I'm not going to have a single one in that size. Fine, I'll just cut one. Wants to be difficult. Alright, scrap paper. Any kind of scrap paper will do. Find a piece. Here's a piece. Just do that. I'm just going to cover that just on the outside of it. I'm going to still let it spin. If I can find the center. I just feel better having a couple of layers there. Maybe it would be less likely to cause it to rip. Because it does stick up a little bit because I didn't tighten it. Boy, my fingers are very dirty. Clean them off. Okay. So let's tear this page. We'll stick this over. I did want to make sure I use this anyway. It's so pretty. I don't know how Halloweenish it is, but it's pretty. We'll let it slide. I don't see my other line. Oh, there it is. Like, where'd my other line go? I lost it. And then we need height. Boy, my tummy's gurgling. Is it with me and gurgly tummies? Well, I know what it is. It's because I have IBS. It's still quite annoying. All right, let's see. We'll do this side first. Just using my grid. All right, and I'll stick that on there. I might ink it. Where did the page go? There it is. I think this will work into this ledger pretty good. Let's go ahead and give it some ink. I think I want something darker though. Let's go with scorched timber. Pretty dark paper. I might actually black out that white. I don't want that showing either. I'm going to say black, not black, but probably just brown. Uh-oh, Kitty just woke up. He's going to be wanting out. Alright, so let's fix this page. I don't know what I'm going to do over there. So just to be safe, let's block it off. Chances are I'll do something similar, but since I don't know, this way it just won't have that white showing. Just a minute, Gaba. All right. some paper dolls the other day. I was coloring them, and the cardboard that came out is so creepy looking. Look at this. I was like, that's just really creepy looking. I could see doing like a page with something like that. Isn't that funny? Tell you, when you junk journal, you don't look at anything the same. Everything is something. I think I'm going to use my one with the bigger lid on it. That's because it's a lot more surface. I could, honestly, I could probably use glue stick, but we're gonna do it with the art glitter. Where are you? There you are. Okay. Oh, you didn't clean it. Nope. Try that again. Try and get the edges so they're flat. Just a minute, Kiva. All right, that should be good. Just a minute. He's very impatient. He's like, you haven't jumped. You must not see me. Right? There. All right, I like it. Much better than that boring white page. And we still spin. Woo-hoo. All right, let me let Kitty out. Hold on. Be right back. And this paper was from Line.Arrow. It's from her collection I ordered. What was it called? Did I write it down somewhere? Maybe. Maybe not. I'm sure I had it written down somewhere. Just a matter of where. Let's see if I wrote it on any of these little notes here. Nope, none of those notes. How about any of these notes? Nope. I'll find it later and let y'all know. I told y'all last time, but I don't remember now. It was like a vintage ephemera collection of some sort from her page. It's a really cool collection, but that's what that's from. Next, where's the rest of my, I'm trying to find the rest of the journal. I stuck it somewhere. Where'd you stick it? Is that it? That's it. Okay. There it is. All right, that goes there. So, we come in here, we got this, we got that. Get to this page, you got a little spinny thingy. And then we got that. It's just such a rich paper, I love it. We have more to do in this one. Where is it? So we've got that, which is just kind of boring. I say boring, it's not really boring. It's not as exciting as some things. We'll do this. It's just going to be a belly band, but it'll still be fun. I found more stuff off of, I think, Graphic Fairy. And it's backed. But this is going to make a great belly band. This is one of those Tim Holtz collage strips. So, ink. I could just do straight up black, or do I have a pretty green? I do have a pretty green. I have this rustic wilderness green. I wonder what that would look like. I also have peeled paint, but my peeled paint's an oxide. It'll react differently. How dark is this? Doesn't show much. A little. It's almost too bright. The peeled paint's probably a better choice. But it's fine for inking. Alright, so we gotta figure out what to back Miss Kitty Cat with. Let's see. Should I ink her too? I think I will ink her with a different one though. I don't think I have any of the greens in there. No, I don't see any. Right, I have peeled paint, hickory smoke, peeled paint. Peeled paint, I think peeled paint work. And then I'll back it with something. Let's see, will this work? It's not terrible. It at least gives it a little bit of an edge. Not much, but a little. Alright, we'll do that. Alright, let's see. What do I got for cardstock for that? Something that will go with all of those colors, but not blend too much. Let's see. We have those ones I just had. Are they big enough? Ooh, maybe. They might be big enough. Let's see. Oh, there's a green one in here. Let's see what it looks like. It's not terrible. I almost want like an orange or something. That's not terrible. We'll set it there. We'll think about it. What else do I have? Let me look at my tag folder. Let's see what we got in there. Too much stuff in my way. We do have some oranges in here. What is this one? It's not bad. Maybe. Let's decide if it's too bright. It's not terrible. What else do we got? That's too brown. Too brown. This one's sewn. Is the sewing the right size? I could cut it just a little. It wouldn't take much to make that sewing show. I do like the sewing. We're just going to trim him up and make that sewing show. And that's a little darker orange, so I think it blends with that green better. These are just painted file folders. I just use leftover paint typically and paint them up and keep them for when I need them. All right, so we'll just trim Miss Kitty Cat just a fraction. Normally I would just probably go print a new one a little smaller, but that's okay. We can trim it. There's enough room, I think. Like I said, it's not much. So fraction off of that side. Fraction off of this side. Let's see if that's enough width-wise. fraction more. Just a little teeny bit. And then length. Cut the tail or cut the pumpkin? We could pretend the tail's behind. It'll still probably show some. Let's see, how much do I need? I only need a tiniest bit. We'll cut some of the tail. It's already cut off anyway. Is that enough? Not quite. Almost. I don't really want to cut the pumpkin because the pumpkin is already just barely catching those two jack-o'-lanterns. So we're just going to take a fraction more off the bottom. There. Alright, that'll work. Now I got to ink it again. That's okay. I might change the color of ink anyway to something darker like that. What do we got? Scorched timber, maybe? Maybe. Where'd my little thing go for scorched timber? Is that it? Maybe that's it. I thought I had a long one. I don't see it. Maybe I didn't. Let's see. I really thought I had a different handle. Yeah, that works pretty good. It'll be dark enough to show on that orange. Okay. Glue that to that. Let's make sure it still fits inside the thread. It just barely does. Yay. Do I want to put the glue on here? Yeah. Going off the edge. Okay. I was like, what is on the other side of that? I didn't even look. All right, let's try to fit this in here. We know it just barely fits, so. Perfect. Nice, I like it. Glue. All right, some of these threads. Got a bunch of threads on that one. I'll leave some, but I don't want that many. All right, let's get the belly band down. And that'll go in there. I know we won't see the kitty, but that's okay. I might put something here. I haven't decided. So just the top and the bottom. All right, our belly band. Make sure it'll still go in there. Yep. And what can we put on the front? Let me put this lid back on before I forget. got some stickers. Spiders, bats, boo. Is there a spider on there? No, there's a moth. So we got cats, pumpkins, moths. Where are those stickers? Paper dolls. Dark Academia. Keys and stuff. I don't think that fits the theme. Okay, let's see if there's something here. Not really. Are these stickers or rub-ons? No, they're white stickers. That kind of kills it. I hate white edges, guys. I really do. I have some rub-ons too. I don't remember what's in them. Ouch. Ow. I have a piece of wood sticking in my foot. You know what? I have these letters. I haven't used them yet. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Yep. Ow. Love it when you get splinters from your floor. See? Teeny tiny little splinter. It's a problem when you get a room you're sanding in all the time. I've got like a drop cloth down and everything sticks to it. I have these. These were from that same collection I just showed you. I'm 90% sure. I printed them out, a whole bunch of them, on cardstock. And they're just the same thing over and over, so that I have enough letters. I bet you I can write like Halloween or something. What should I write? Let's think about it. HALLOWEEN 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, there's plenty of room. I could write Halloween. I mean, I could probably write in almost anything. What should I write? Should I write something? Halloween? Maybe I could. I think they'll look okay. The colors seems okay. I cut them to size. I forget which one it was. Maybe my 3/4. I just kept printing them until I got the right size. On draft. So yeah. So. I'm waiting to see if y'all respond. I know sometimes you don't. HA. Fortunately, once you start cutting them out, then you have to cut the line. Where is the L? There it is. JL. L from here. Several E's. Not far enough down. JLLO E. Another E. An N. And an O. that everything? I think I'm missing something. Let's see. I could do happy too. H-A-L-L-O. Oh, I'm missing a W. O-W-E-E-N. I need a W. So should I just say Halloween? Happy Halloween? Just Halloween? I mean, Halloween makes it centered, or I could put it off to one side. I could put it off to like one side. I could put it across, like diagonal. If I can line it up straight. You know, something like that. If I can figure out, you know, something that kind of sort of works. Something like that. What do you think? So straight down the middle, across, wiggly waggly. There's all kinds of options. Probably just straight down the middle, right? I don't know. I mean, there's nothing on here that I'm worried about losing. It's all very much just backgroundy stuff, so it doesn't really matter. I could ink them because they do have white edges. That's a little time consuming, but probably worth it. We'll use scorched timber, so it won't take too long. It's my darkest one. Just straight. All right. We will go with you, Lori. Yeah, that works good. So, H. So these are little typewriter keys. Little vintage typewriter. But it's a fun little set because, I mean, you can make them and cut whatever you need. It didn't take that long to size them up and print them out. I don't know what the percentage was because I literally just guess and then keep going. Usually I get pretty close the first time. W E. Oops, missed edge. E E and N. I always freak out doing these because I'm like, am I spelling it right? I'm not the world's best speller. All right, that works. It's cute. All right, so let's glue them on. Kitty, I'll just pull you over here for now. Let's see, we're going to kind of guesstimate a size first and a spacing. I'm trying to see, I think the lighting is hitting at the top, so my H is upside down. I think that's what that is. It's a highlight. H-A-L-L-O-W-E-E and N. Yeah. So it's got like a little highlight at the top of each one. That's pretty close, right? That looks pretty close. Okay, we'll just use our glitter. I probably should use my tweezers. It'll help me space it much better and accurately. I think it's fun, right? not to move the page too much, so I don't want it to pop everywhere. Am I getting off center? A little. It's okay. It's easy to start veering left a little bit there. We'll try and get her back on track. My brain is trying to make me go left. I don't know why. Sure, it's a left brain, right brain thing. Very good. There we go. Cute. I like it. You like it? Can you see it? Hope you can see it. Let me zoom just. Oh, I can't zoom much. Zoom a little. There. Fills out that whole page. Okay, and then a little kitty cat with our journaling space. Should we do anything to it? We could ink it, I guess. It's really just a file folder, so it's not got much done to it, but I'll ink it. We'll throw some of the scorched timber on it. Maybe, yeah. It's got orange paint on it. A little. Should finish it off enough. And cover up my sloppy paint. All right, threads, you're not cooperating. Good enough. Okay. One more page down. Okay. What else do we have? What time is it? Ooh, it's almost 11. We might not get any more done. I have her here just because I thought she looked good with those colors. And I have this crow here. And then this is a pocket. But this will have to be decorated, so that'll take longer. And I just have that there because of the colors. We could do her. I think I was just going to put her down there. I wasn't going to do anything too fancy because it's already just kind of looks cool. So I'll probably just stick it down. I don't think it needs backed even. I'll debate if I want to back it. I'm just going to use it as a tuck. I think a bottom tuck. I've debated on a top tuck, but do an inside tuck. I don't like inside tucks. I don't know why. What do I have? I have these papers. I keep saying I'm going to use and don't. One of these might look pretty with that. Maybe the blue. She doesn't have any green. She has red. Red would look awesome. Do I have any red? Ooh. That is a color I really don't use a lot. It's just not a color I use. I know well, I don't even think I have solid red. You'd think with Christmas and everything, I would have something. I might have like plaid in my Christmas stuff. But It's not a color I use. Let's look at my file folder stuff and see if there's anything. There might be. I know I have pink, because I got some from Michael's. But I don't think that's going to look good with pink. Yeah, no. That brown. Yeah, no. None of those. What else you got? Okay, some creepy green. That's not going to really work. Sorry, I don't know if I'm in camera here. Let me... I've got you guys zoomed so close I can't. There. Not that you care to look through my can, but... I don't know. You might find it interesting. My crazy organizational skills. I just have some gray. It's honestly better than I thought it would be. I do have another stone one. It's on the other side, dark gray. Yeah, I like the light gray. I'd have to trim the white though. I think. Almost wouldn't have to. That's really thick. It almost feels like two, but it's because it's painted both sides. I don't know. What else? Anything else? Brown, green, blue. The black is too small, I think. Yeah, it's too small. Nothing there. Nothing there. Some more black and grays. What do y'all think about that gray? What do you think? The gray? The light gray? Or the darker gray? Not that. I would say either this or that. It's file folders, but at least most of them. Oh, here's this one. They're all slightly different. Yeah, so either that or this. I don't know if you can tell the difference on camera. I don't have a red. I could paint a red and do it later. I mean, I could technically paint a red now, I guess. It wouldn't take too long. But it does take a minute to dry. I don't think I have any reds. Nope. 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 That was it. So no reds. I didn't think I did. Ouch. My fingers are hurting. Well, I'm not sure. I'm kind of torn on those two colors. They're both okay. I'm 90% sure I don't have red anywhere. I'm like looking up on my shelf here. I have a red, but it's not the right kind of red. It's very, very bright. Let me see. Anything hiding? Oh, nope, nope, nope. All right, no red. Should I wait? I could wait. You like the darker swirl? I'm not sure I want her to be a tuck. I almost just want her right in the middle of the page. I mean, I could still do it as like a pocket, like a hidden pocket maybe. But it almost just looks better as decoration than as a actual element. Should I? No, I don't want to round the corners. I thought about rounding the corners, but here's the issue. We've got points everywhere. We have point on the spider webs. This I can't really round because it's already pointed. So I'm not going to round it. All right, so inking. I'm not going to ink that white, but I will ink this. Maybe with black soot. If I can find my black soot. It's around here somewhere. I'm just going to make it more of a decorative element and not a pocket or anything. It's just, I think it's going to look better. I mean, I could just leave one side open and it would be like a hidden pocket, but I don't know that I'll put anything in it. Whoever gets it could. We'll see how well it looks like it's going to glue down. So I'll glue that down first. See if we can get this centered. It's pretty. Such a pretty picture. This was this a Graphics Fairy? Yeah. It's Graphics Fairy. It's in their, they call it the Red Witch folder. That's where I found that. So pocket or no pocket? I mean, I guess it doesn't hurt to leave the one side open. So we'll close off these three sides. I don't know that I'll put anything in it, but it could be a hidden pocket anyway. Hold the file folder just a tad longer. Oh, it's crooked. All right. I can't do it. It's too crooked. Hold on. I was gonna just go for it and I was like, nah, it's really crooked. Like, it's gonna drive me nuts. Okay, we'll try that again. See if we can get it on there straight. So hard to do. Just going by this edge here. It was very obviously crooked. All right, there, that's better. Let's see if we can get this thing to stick. All right. Stick in there. Not quite. Let's get too much glue on it. Just clean that first. Stick down for me. Don't be a pain. Certain surfaces are always just a little more challenging to get to stick down, and file folders are one of them. Sometimes they're okay, but sometimes they just fight me. I don't want a ton of glue outside, so I'm trying to use the rag. All right, that's pretty good. Okay, I've pulled everything everywhere. All right, that's good. That's cute. So we'll do more later. Let me look at the Regents journal real quick, see if there's anything I did in there, because I honestly just don't remember. It's cute, right? All right. Yeah, I like it. Such a pretty picture. I'm sure it's AI. Everything is. I hope it's not, but it probably is. If it is, it's well done because the hands are good and everything else is good. So hopefully it's a painting. All right, Regents journal. Let's see. Did I do anything? I don't know. Maybe. I picked out some stuff. I don't know that I've done anything with it. All right. I found some ephemera I liked, so that will be going there. Guess I clipped it to 5 pages. So nothing there. I don't think I added the napkin. Found this cute little kitty cat. Kitty cat's gonna go there, I think. So that was that flip out we did. Its pocket, which something will go in sooner or later. And anything else? I feel like I did something. I'm just trying to find it. I think y'all saw that. I did that live, right? Okay, so nothing there. I did that live. Did that live. No. Well, I guess I did too much else. I covered this. I didn't show you this last time. So this was covered with tissue, or not tissue, tea bag. The same as I did that other one for the other journal, but in a black and white version. This is just one of the popcorn buckets from last year from Dollar Tree. It's been opened and cut. And then this is part of that Gothic ephemera set. And it's just sewed on there. It's just for texture because it's cool. Black and white is cool. I wasn't sure how I felt about it, Deborah, but it is pretty cool. It's challenging. It's a little more challenging, I think, for me to do, just because coming up with black and white options. And sure, I could print anything in black and white, but it doesn't always look good. You got to kind of think about what will still look good printed in black and white. All right, I guess that was it. So, because this is actually a graphics fairy, and it's got red somewhere, I think. Maybe the moon might be red. I don't remember, because I don't think I printed out a normal one. I don't think. Sometimes I print both. There's a black and white version and the regular version. Then I know. Where is my graphics fairy pocket? I know I made one. I'm 90% sure I made one. That doesn't say graphics fairy on it. Oh, there it is. I just didn't label it yet. That's why. Let's see. Did I print it? Nope, I didn't. But I'm pretty sure it was red. I've used almost all of that. Alright. But that's it. I haven't done too much in there. I need to work on it. So get it shipped out. It's getting full too. Look, it's so full. Everything's getting full. So we're almost done. I'm hoping I can get it done by the next 2. That would be ideal. Let's see, what did we do today? Find a couple of pages we did today. Here, we'll do this one. Just so there's something on the screen. All right. That's it, guys. I will be back. Oh, gosh, what is today? Friday. I will be back. Am I going to come back Sunday? I should. I'll try to do a... Excuse my yawning. Gosh. I'll try to do a stencil Sunday. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't have a lot to choose from right now. I may do some more transfers out of my transfer packs, because I do have a few more blank pages, and there are some really cute ones I haven't used yet. So I may do that. It'll probably be something journal related and not like a normal project, just because I'm kind of focusing on this right now. So y'all just have to bear with me. But I will see you on Sunday then. I guess 4 o'clock. I would love to switch it to 5 o'clock. I'm tempted to do that. I haven't. 4 o'clock is a little difficult for me right now. And it's been a lot of the problem. So if you see the time change, I'll try to let everybody know, but I'll try to do 4. All right, guys, that is it. I will see you guys next time. Y'all take care. All right, bye-bye.